Western cartoons have never really been recognized in Nigeria. Tom and Jerry is probably the most known cartoon anybody can remember or know. But if you dive deep enough, you find out that Tom and Jerry is not really meant for kids. Its dark and violent tones are both enjoyable and fun to watch. As long as I can remember, Japanese anime have been the only form of action adventure cartoon you could find. From shows like Voltron, Samurai X, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, those are basically the action adventure we all knew growing up. But there were shows like Justice League, but the problem with those ones, those are like flavor of the week, which every week it's a different episode, not really connected. And they already had comic books which already grew or had a little bit of audience, so them getting popular or people even watching them was not much of a hard task. So how did a Western anime like Avatar: The Last Airbender get so popular in Nigeria? Not to even mention it's a show made by Nickelodeon. Hi friends, I'm Zansuhira, and today, why Avatar: The Last Airbender worked in Nigeria. Meeting anyone who is the fan of anime who has not watched Avatar: The Last Airbender in Nigeria is like meeting a politician who does not have the number of an Ashawo on his phone. And meeting people that don't even watch anime but has watched Avatar: The Last Airbender is very, very possible. The storyline of Avatar: The Last Airbender is really nice and quite simple. In the world of the Avatar, there are people that can bend the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. Now, the Avatar is someone who can bend all these elements at the same time. Only him can bend all this. So the Avatar kind of serves as a deterrent between the four nations that have different type of benders. So for me not to give much spoilers, I'm just going to say something like the time when the world really needed him, he vanished for like 100 years and he resurfaced. In that 100 years, one particular nation have started like a world war, conquering every other nation and stuff like that. The idea of making a typical Nigerian watch a cartoon is probably torture, and in less than 5 minutes it's going to turn off. And the reason a typical Nigerian will get turned off is because of the world this anime is in. And when I say world, I'm talking about the environment the characters are moving around or are in. Back in the days before Avatar: The Last Airbender came out, there's basically two action adventure anime or cartoon that I really love so much: Megas XLR and Samurai Jack. Both of them were incredibly great shows, but their world kind of look outrageous. In Megas XLR is a giant 80-foot robot in the middle of Jersey. Anywhere you look at it, it looks kind of off. Not to mention it had a car for a head. And Samurai Jack, well, it's a cyberpunk world which wouldn't really do much to an average Nigerian. It kind of looks odd. And to me, a future with no giant robot is no future for me. The world of Avatar: The Last Airbender is a living, breathing world. It's not just there for the fight scenes to look amazing. The four type of people in this world are actually based off four culture in the real world. Water based off the Inuit tribe, Earth Kingdom based off China, Fire Nation is Japan, and the Air Nomads are Buddhist monks. The world of Avatar looks like something that exists and even up to date still exists. Nigeria is a country of amazing varieties of cultures, and to some point Nigerians were able to relate to the cultural aspect of Avatar: The Last Airbender. The fighting style, or should I say bending, in this show is actually derived from real life martial arts. Water bending is actually Tai Chi, earth bending is based off the Hungary style of Kung Fu, fire bending is based off the northern Shaolin style of Kung Fu, and air bending is by San. I hope I pronounced that name right. The animators did a very good job of making the fighting style look very flourish, but that's not the reason why it actually kind of worked with Nigerians. A well thought out battle system wouldn't have really worked well to the average Nigerian. A well constructed guidelines which may take a very long time to explain how a power works, like Stans from JoJo or Nen from Hunter x Hunter, which were outlandishly constructed and will leave you at the edge of your seat, would have been dull because a lot of Nigerians want little to no dialogues in their fight scenes. A fighting style that relies more on technique than brute force or even knowledge was the selling point for Nigerians. Avatar: The Last Airbender draws you in and takes you for a real adventure. Many shows have people traveling from one place to another or having some kind of geographical change or stuff like that. Well, if they didn't have that, they wouldn't be called adventure, but they didn't really sell it in the department of saying actually these people are going on an adventure. Well, Avatar actually did a very good job. An episode might end with them like flying off from a village, and the next episode starts with them still being in the sky, which actually gives an idea or a feel of movement. And sometimes you come to a new village where they will the new village have like a different system, or people's clothes are different, and sometimes the whole team have to change their clothes. I know this might seem like little things, but these are the little things that actually make it look and feel like a real adventure. You feel like you're on an adventure with these guys. You just want to wait and see what the next episode or the next village have in store for you. And sometimes they actually even go back to a village they have visited previously. This show has one of the most likable characters I have seen. They are well defined and developed, and not just even the main characters, even side characters. You see them now, and after a few episodes you may get to see them again. The female characters of Avatar: The Last Airbender is one thing I think we should really all talk about. This show appealed to a lot of female fans. Why is that? That's because this show does something very important that a lot of shows and TV series don't actually do. Almost every female character in this show are unbelievably strong, and I'm not talking about a strong mind or something like that, but I'm saying physically strong, and they are very good fighters. They are not there to be useless like many characters from other anime, like let's say Sakura from Naruto, or just there for no reason like Nami from One Piece, and they are not sex tools like many anime I can think of, and TV series like Game of Thrones. It has an amazing presentation of strong female characters, which I believe some of the women or females in this show can take on a lot of guys on this show. All the characters on this show can be funny, goofy, hilarious, and silly, and right down adorable, all in one. Let's talk about two characters I love so very much in this show. Toph is one of the best airbender in the whole entire Avatar universe, but she's a 12-year-old blind girl, but she can know everything that's happening around her by feeling the vibration of her environment. She's very enjoyable to watch. It's not like she's trying to be funny, she just is. She's not the type of girl that will see a retarded joke made by maybe two of the characters and find it silly and disgusting. She'll probably join in and continue the joke with them. She even makes jokes about herself being blind, that she has done it so much times that both the characters and even us, the audience watching, have completely forgotten she's blind, that sometimes she even have to remind us.
I don't know! I mean, seriously, what's with you people? I'm blind!
My second character I love so much is Uncle Iroh. Look, this guy is practically one of the best characters in anime. Simple. He doesn't come off as these boring old guys that we see in a lot of animes. He's kind of like this old, cool sensei, but not these ones that we see in anime that you see is either a pervert who really loves girls and he drinks like every day is his bad day. General Iroh, or Uncle, is someone who just loves to have a cup of tea and maybe a company to enjoy or share these great moments with him. He's not a guy that will scold you at every turn. He's a guy who will kind of guide you wisely and give you some good advice, even if you think you may not even need that advice. He's not preaching advice at any time they give him the mic, but when he's talking to a character, he finds a way to relate it to the audience too. Every scene with him is both powerful and amazing to watch. Sometimes you actually think you know what he's about to say, but he blows everybody's mind and says something you didn't see coming, but it's actually the truth.
I know what you're gonna say. She's my sister and I should be trying to get along with her.
No, she's crazy and she needs to go down.
A good villain is something that, to me, I feel makes any show memorable. The villains in Avatar: The Last Airbender are one of the most one-directional villains I have ever seen. Shows of this magnitude and them having just a villain that is just one dimension usually derails a show, but it didn't. A story-driven villain won't do too well with the Nigerian audience. Let me prove it. Close your eyes and imagine you're watching a Nigerian movie. Now, in that movie, there's a villain. No one comes to your mind, right? Now imagine that villain to be a woman, and some of you people already start getting an idea. And let me help you by giving you bigger or more clues. Now that woman is a mother-in-law figure. Yes, who comes to your mind? Patience or Zoko? and sorry if I didn't pronounce your name well. Patience is one of the best actresses in Nigeria, and she's played a particular villain or a particular villain role over and over and over and over again. A villain that just exists just because the plot wants a villain to exist. No motivational attachment or logical reason for the actions that her characters take. A multi-layer villain with logical or questionable motive to his action, like let's say Solidus from Metal Gear Solid 2, would be boring to an average Nigerian. Azula and her father are one layer villains that, if you kind of think of it, have no real reasons why they are villain, but they did a very good job in registering to the Nigerian audience because they fall into the realm and ideology of what a villain to a Nigerian audience should be. Avatar: The Last Airbender is a 3-season anime that took the world by surprise and made a lot of people become friends. These are the reasons why this show was great, and these are the reasons why Avatar: The Last Airbender worked in Nigeria. Thanks guys for watching this video, and kind of sorry if the video is really long, but yeah, it's not a review, it's talking and giving reason why something worked. Someday in the future I really want to do a review of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and if maybe some people start disturbing in the comment section, and maybe I'll do that. Please like the video because that really helps a lot, and if this is your first time, please subscribe. Why? Because we love anime just like you, and that really helps a lot. If you've still been watching, you are definitely awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. So stay dangerous, people.